Hello world, Andrew here, and I am hanging out with Mina. It is currently 3 a.m. on Tuesday, October 4th, but this video is actually for technically yesterday, October 3rd, Monday. It's just really late because I did lots of stuff today, just got back from a 1 a.m. workout. Feeling great. Tired now. We were just hanging out, and I wanted to go ahead and make the video because I haven't yet, obviously. So today was Monday, obviously. The weekend was good. It was nice seeing my mom. I took her home, or not took her home, but I took her to the airport this morning at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Got back around 6, at which time Mina and I watched Ghost Adventures from like 6 in the morning to about 8 in the morning. And by that time, we were both crashed because she was up all night and I'd only gotten 4 hours of sleep. So we both fell asleep around 8, and I had to wake up at like 1. And then I got up and made some food and headed off to lab. Lab was for music theory today. Today was a music theory day. And it was a review lab, so we did purely review stuff. Now, the program we worked in was called Odeon, and we've worked in it before. And basically, it's kind of like you have different squares, and they're different categories, and you have to do so many problems, for each square. And basically it's like, it was review from last week, so naming the note, naming the triad, forming the major scales, etc. But because it was a review day, if you, like last week when we worked in the program, if you missed a question, it would add 2 problems onto it. So like if your target was 30, and then you missed one, it would be 32. But on today, since it was review, if you missed one, it added 5. And so I was like on my last thing, which was all triads. So we're talking diminished, minor, major, and augmented triads, forming them. And I missed one. I was like halfway done. I was halfway to 30. I missed one, and it went up to 35. And I'm just like, ah! And so I'm at like 25, and I have 10 more to go. And I missed another one, so I had to go up to 40. And I'm just freaking out. I'm just like, oh god. So that was kind of a pain in the butt because it added 5. I mean, that was the only one I messed up on. Just because I was trying to hurry and be quick about it, but it ended up being fine. So after that, and that took maybe a half hour, because lab started at 3 o'clock. I was done by 3:45, so that only took me like 30 minutes. And then after that, we had to do a worksheet about creating the triad. I don't know if you can see that or not. But basically, we just had to do that kind of stuff. I only missed one, and it was on D sharp diminished. It was confusing, but everything else was fine. So that's kind of the worksheet that we did today. And I got started on my final project for music theory today. I chose Cotopaxi by the Mars Volta. It's an 11/8. I enjoy that time signature, so I thought I would do that. But they haven't officially given us instructions for it, but I know we're going to have to chart the song, so I started charting the song today. I don't know if you can see that. It's Cotopaxi, and it's in, as you can see, 11/8. And so I've got the 4 quarter notes followed by the 3/8 notes there, if you can see that. And then it goes into 4/4 for a little while. But, I don't know, that's probably for next week, I do believe. Where we actually start that, or maybe even week 4, that we start the final project officially. Yeah, so that brings me to lecture, music theory lecture. Actually, I need that. Why am I putting it on the floor? So we covered a lot today. Good Lord, we covered a lot. And music theory is the only class so far that we have gone all the whole 4 hours, because there's so much stuff. We reviewed everything we did last week in about a half hour. And then we started working on, what was it? It was harmonic function. So we started talking about the Roman numerals and like the classic 1-4-5 chord progression and everything. And let's see, I took notes here because some of the stuff I really actually did have to write down. Like the 1 chord is the tonic. It's no tension. It's just your standard stuff. The 4 chord is the subdominant, and there's some tension there, some musical tension. And then the 5 chord is the dominant chord, which is it contains the most tension in the key signature. So if you really want to build up some tension, then you go to the 5 chord, which I personally think that the 7 diminished chord is the one that really is like, crazy, but the 5 chord apparently contains the most tension in the key. So
lost. You see this? What the fuck? Look on my face.
Okay. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll explain it soon, but it'll make sense. It makes sense once you're doing it and you're in class and everything. And then we talked about the 12-bar blues today as well, which I thought was pretty interesting. And we talked the basic form of it. Basically, there's 3 sets of 4 measures, and the first set it goes 1-4-1-1. It's the chord progression. Second set is 4-4-1-1, and then the last 4 bars is 5-4-1-5. So I don't know if you can see this, but these are the notes that I took on the 12-bar blues today. And he said to definitely memorize that. So I'm going to look at that, obviously, a lot. We also talked about the key signatures and accidentals, the rules for the accidentals and music notation. And we also talked about, like, for the key signatures, how you can find out, like if it's a sharp scale, you're going to use the classic fat cats going down alley eating bugs to figure out your F, C, G, D, A, E, B, right? That's the order of sharps. And then your order of flats is going to be B, E, A, D, G, C, F, because that's the order that...
What's that stand for?
Well, what did he say? He had one for it, too. It was bugs eating alleys going fat cats. No, it was what was it backwards? Bugs eating alleys down go fat cats or something like that, or go cats fat. It was the first one, but backwards, and he could say it fluently. It was crazy. I was like, oh, whoa, that's too much. I just remember the BGCF thing because it spells bead and then GCF. So that's the easiest way that I remember. And then you can also just remember, hey, 2 flats is B flat. You know what I mean? You could just memorize the number of flats and sharps in each scale, which is just as easy. God. But fact is, we talked about that, the circle of fifths, slash fourths, all that jazz. It was a good refresher. I definitely was. I had made a green juice for lunch because I got out of lab so early today. I finished everything really fast, and I came home. I had about an hour to make some lunch, so I made a green juice, sat down, turned on the TV, and watched the Maury Show because that's all that was on. Yeah, I watched the Maury Show. It was either that or QVC. I mean, come on. And they were selling shoes today. I mean, guys, girls, I know, if you're watching this, you might be kind of excited. But guys, I mean, come on. I don't know. I didn't really have much time at home anyway. I had because I got out about 3:45. Got home around 4, made the green juice, and was out and just in time. So, and then I had to fix some stuff. I made an order from Drum Corps International yesterday. I purchased the 2008 DCI World Championships DVD, and they had some issues, so I had to call and talk to them and clear some stuff up. But yeah, the lab and lecture was great today for music theory. No homework for next lab because it was review day, but I did turn in the homework that was due that was given last time. So no homework to do. I did start to study. Tomorrow, I do believe, is the first physics test. And that's what I have to do first thing tomorrow. Well, not first thing, but 5 o'clock tomorrow I have my first physics test. So I was planning on going to the Student Success Seminar because I only have one more to go before I finish the series. But I might just have to wait and put that off because I have to study for this physics test. I started going through the practice test, but then I stopped for some reason tonight. And tomorrow I'm going to call Mike Jones, and hopefully he can help me out sometime in the afternoon with it. because it's not anything that I can't figure out on my own. And I know I know that things work certain ways, but I want to dig deep and know why. That way I feel really comfortable during the test. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but I like to know why these things work in the physics class. It really helps clear things up. But at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and probably cut the video at 10 minutes. I really don't have much more to say other than physics tomorrow should be interesting because we have first test. Hopefully that'll go well. Anyway, so thanks for tuning in and joining. And yes, I'm wearing my class ring on my finger today. What a surprise. It's not on the necklace. That doesn't happen very often. But, yeah, I will see you tomorrow with a video. I'm going to go ahead and... It's now 3:09 a.m. I'm tired. I got to wake up at like noon. Yeah, so sorry I'm like mumbling. Oh, gosh, I'm exhausted. So I'll see you tomorrow. After we get done with physics, and hopefully the test will have gone well. We'll see.